handicap hurdle, Dave?
Yeah, it's just a case with several of those at the front of the market as which one has managed to, I don't want to get into trouble, has fooled the handicapper more than the others, because they're all stepping up slightly in trip. They've all had the requisite number of runs and all shown not an awful lot to be fair. But the interesting one perhaps is, or the one that's shortened up the most, is definitely number 6, 223 for Oliver Greenall and Ryan Day riding it for the first time. Didn't look as they wanted to start a couple of starts ago, and then last time out they decided to treat it with kindness, shall we say, and caught a couple of people's eyes. So yeah, and perhaps not surprising that first time in a handicap and up in trip there's money for it. So some people are on at double figure odds, so they'll be hoping to get into the frame, I would imagine, each way on that.
And there is 223 in shot for Oliver Greenall, who's had a good day already. With success earlier in the afternoon. So 11 to 4 the field, a tough race in the fact that we have got 7 of these, half of the field, having their first run in a handicap. They're coming out. Let's get across. Once again, it's Gareth Topham with the call.
Thanks, Rachel. Yeah, the runners are about to make their way trackside. 223 was actually just holding up proceedings a moment or so ago. He got out onto the walkway and decided no further, and had to be dismounted by Ryan Day, whilst all of the others made their way out onto the track proper just to overtake him. But I think once he had a bit of company and he saw the others head on down, he was quite happy to consent and go with them. So runners are now trackside. Best of luck with all of your fancies here in our third race. So the starter up on the rostrum. Runners out on the track. Flags are raised. They're off. Jumping away, 223, a little bit sluggish in getting away, a little leisurely there at the back of the field, but he has jumped off for this, the Watch Racing TV Now Novices Handicap Hurdle. And Ulysses takes them on to flight at number 1, together with Surrender, and up in between horses, Man's Raider. They're all safely over flight at number 1, quickly on to the second, and an early reminder there for Ulysses, the red sleeves, who's booted into hurdle number 2 and came over it with a fractional advantage. Over Man's Raider in the stripes, and out a little bit wider Surrender, with Dorking Cock not too far behind them. The nose-banded runner spot the white cap. A little bit deeper out then to Diocese, and over towards the inside at Definite Wisdom, with the blue jacket, red sleeves and cap, as they turn left-handed out of the back straight for the first time. The race favourite, No Getaway, in black and grey colours, is sitting mid-pack early, with Putting Green in blue colours over towards the inner. Then chases Northern Girl, along with Art of Supremacy. Hello Bertie against the rails, and then Wishing Well, who's towards the back end of the field, together with Leopard, and a couple of lengths only now back to find 223. So into the home straight they come, and Ulysses has now got a slightly more clear advantage and brings them into the home straight by around about 4 or 5 lengths, just opening up a little now under Jamie Barbary. Ulysses over Man's Raider, then Dorking Cock and Surrender, with following those closely Diocese and Definite Wisdom as they flick on over the first hurdle in the home straight, all across it fine, and now racing on towards number 4 of 11. Ulysses is going to jump it in front, gets over neatly to, in second place, Man's Raider, then Dorking Cock along the inside under a big weight here of 12 stone, with Diocese not too far behind, and then out a little bit deeper on the track at Surrender. Definite Wisdom is against the inner as they cross another, and just in behind Definite Wisdom goes Putting Green, then No Getaway from Northern Girl, the yellow cap, closer to the stands with Wishing Well. Up along the inside is Hello Bertie, a length further behind that one to find Leopard, and then Art of Supremacy in the light blue and white, and 223 is last of all. So a circuit left to travel in this Watch Racing TV Now Novices Handicap Hurdle event, and Ulysses is towing this 14-runner field along. By a little more than a length over in second place, Man's Raider. Back in third is Dorking Cock, who's had a nice tow in throughout. Diocese is racing in fourth. And then over towards the inside, a Definite Wisdom. Surrender just losing a place or two there towards the outside in the yellow and red coloured jacket, being tracked through by No Getaway, who's going along with plenty of enthusiasm. Putting Green is in company with that one. Then follows Northern Girl, with Wishing Well parked out deep. Along the inside is 223, who's now level with Leopard, and they have just narrowly relegated Art of Supremacy to be the back marker, although there isn't a great deal in it, as they come towards the first of the 3 flights going down the far side. They're tightly grouped in behind this leader, Ulysses. Ulysses over by a length and a half, and all over safely. Wishing Well perhaps just lingering in the air somewhat as they work their way on towards the point from where they started. And the next flight of hurdles will be number 7 of the 11 that they take in total. And it is Ulysses, just nudged along to remain in front. Over Man's Raider, Diocese in the red colours, closing in towards the outside. Then Dorking Cock and Surrender from No Getaway, and over towards the inside, Definite Wisdom. Wishing Well is on the far left as they cross the final hurdle going down the back straight. Again, all are safe, and plenty of chances here. You couldn't rule any of them out. It is that Ulysses is now being pushed along a little more forcefully to remain in front over Man's Raider. Diocese in the red jacket. Yellow to the outside is Surrender. Dorking Cock in a sheepskin noseband, travelling nicely just on the heels of the leading handful, with over towards the inside, Definite Wisdom. Wishing Well is out deeper. Then No Getaway from Putting Green, Art of Supremacy, Northern Girl, and still right towards the rear, Hello Bertie, along with 223 and Leopard. And it's very much a case of take your pick on the home turn. The whole field covered by around about 6 or 7 lengths only. This is wide open as they swing on in. Man's Raider now overtaking Ulysses, with to the outside Diocese looking threatening. Dorking Cock is just up in behind them. Then towards the outer, Wishing Well. No Getaway is now on the move under Harry Skelton. Spot the black and grey jacket as they come to the third last flight. Man's Raider to Diocese, with just in behind them No Getaway. Wishing Well is on the far left. Then Surrender, Dorking Cock, and away to the right, Putting Green in the blue jacket is coming into it eye-catchingly well and took over at 2 out. Putting Green now ahead to in second place Diocese. Now pushed along, No Getaway back in behind them ahead of Dorking Cock, a fading Man's Raider, and a staying on 223. But it's Putting Green who comes to the final flight in front. Wrapped it pretty hard, didn't land with a great deal of momentum, and that hands Diocese another bite of the cherry over to the inside. And Diocese now races on into a narrow lead ahead of Putting Green. They're into the final 75 yards. Putting Green is fighting back. Diocese a neck ahead to Putting Green, and Diocese sees him off. Diocese from Putting Green back in third, Dorking Cock. In fourth, No Getaway. Then 223 and Northern Girl.
What a finish. Diocese gets the better of Putting Green for the 1 o'clock there. Where's the P? Let's pick up the action. Huntington.
Down the back straight, Lady London's down on the inside. Spirit of Hale is being ridden along, the favourite. Certainly not travelling with much zest at the moment as they take the next fence down the far side of the course. So all 8 continuing, but it's notable that Spirit of Hale has been ridden along. Jumping hasn't been as fluent as some of the others. And as they race out of the back straight, quite a long run towards the next is Love Alive under Sean Houlihan, is still out in the lead. Is Love Alive. Going on from in second place is Rogue Dancer. Then towards the inside is Midnight Mustang, who's up on the inside rail. Then comes That's the Deal, 14-year-old, who's on the outside of Baron Duplessis, looking for a first win. Ian Williams has had a winner elsewhere. And the runner's just chasing this leader is Love Alive, who has a lead of around 5 or 6 lengths. Just being ridden again is Spirit of Hale. Not an easy ride at all at the moment. Midnight Bliss is towards the back. Lady London is also now being ridden at the back of the field as they jump the next fences down the home straight, all still standing. Lady London's coming under heavy pressure under Lorcan Murta. Heading towards the next is Love Alive, then comes down towards it, makes a mistake. Certainly took a liberty at that fence. To in second place is That's the Deal on the outside of Rogue Dancer. Then on the far side is Midnight Mustang with Baron Duplessis, who follows these in 5th position. Then comes Spirit of Hale, who's just trying to get back onto an even keel. Ridden along now Midnight Bliss and Jack Andrews, and then comes Lady London as they jump the open ditch right in front of us, and they all sail over. Lady London, though, is really toiling at the back of the field. Heading down towards another plain fence down this home straight. Is Love Alive's lead is down to only a length and a half. That's the Deal, 14 years young, having his 99th start under rules today. They take the next. And Baron du Plessis made a mistake there. They are stretching out. Midnight Bliss continuing to be ridden along. And again, Spirit of Hale just being pushed along, trying to keep interested under John Joe Neal Jr. Lady London is tailing right off at the moment. Is Love Alive then, heading down the back straight for the final time. That's the Deal is in second place, who's about a length behind at this stage. Midnight Mustang is in third position on the inside. They jump the next with Rogue Dancer next. Then comes Baron du Plessis. Then behind these, Spirit of Hale with Midnight Bliss. They are really toiling, and so is Lady London. Over the water, still in front is Love Alive, going on by a couple of lengths. That's the Deal in second place. Then comes Rogue Dancer in third. Midnight Mustang follows these. Baron du Plessis comes next. Spirit of Hale is in behind these as well as they head down towards the next. Being pulled up is Midnight Bliss. Spirit of Hale is also being pulled up at the back of the field, and Lady London is thinking about calling it a day as well. So only 5 continuing. Is Love Alive still in the lead from That's the Deal. Ridden along is Rogue Dancer. Then in behind is Midnight Mustang, followed by Baron du Plessis. It's only these 5 that continue as they jump the next, and Is Love Alive still in the lead here from That's the Deal. He's got a chance still in second. They're also the 13-year-old now, Rogue Dancer in third, being hard ridden. Also being hard ridden out wide and trying to improve is Baron du Plessis, looking for a first win. Midnight Mustang now coming under some pressure. So the 5 runners that continue heading down the side of the course. Is Love Alive still in the lead here under Sean Houlihan, trying to make pretty much every yard of the running. They've got plenty of work to try and catch this leader, being chased by Rogue Dancer, also Baron du Plessis into second place. That's the Deal down, beginning to labour. Midnight Mustang, these the only 5 continuing. Is Love Alive into the home straight then, being chased by Baron du Plessis and Rogue Dancer, and then comes That's the Deal, and then comes Midnight Mustang heading towards the final 2 fences then. Is Love Alive now? Can this leader fend them all off? Still 2.5 lengths to the good to Baron du Plessis and Rogue Dancer. A long gap back to That's the Deal, and Midnight Mustang is next, heading down towards the final fence then. Is Love Alive, fence number 19 over 2.5, 3 lengths clear of Baron du Plessis in second. A mistake by That's the Deal when well held in fourth. Is Love Alive is very game out in front, drifting towards this near side. It's Baron du Plessis. They race inside the final 150 yards then. Is Love Alive still out in front, but Baron du Plessis having another good go, racing up towards the line. Is Love Alive and Baron du Plessis, it's right on the nods, very tight. Is Love Alive and Baron du Plessis, that's close. That's the Deal was next in third, then came Rogue Dancer and Midnight Mustang.
Close call. Is Love Alive and Baron du Plessis. Result will be on the way. Let's see them over this one at Market Race and pick up the call.
They're followed by Omega Springs with the orange cap, and then near side the pale blue with the hoop sleeves and an orange cap is Burnbridge Hotel. Then the grey Fair Lock, followed by Unzing in a starred jacket, and No Move at All from Cervelo at the back of the field. So up to the winning post they come. They've got a circuit to go in the Ran Farm Park Handicap Steeplechase, and it's going to be leading past us for the first time, Amber Gambler. Amber Gambler in front by a half length to Sir Egbert racing second. Cesar Collonge right in the pocket behind the leaders. So too Omega Springs towards the inside rail. Fairlock next with Unzing, and then Burnbridge Hotel shuffled towards the rear of the field. Gets a reminder on the turn, about to be passed by Cervelo. So about to swing right-handed to go down the far side of the track. A line of 4 fences await them over there. Next up is fence number 6, which is right opposite the grandstands. It's a plain one, and Amber Gambler turns towards it with a lead of a half length to Sir Egbert racing second. 1 length to Omega Springs racing third. Cesar Collonge took that fourth. Unzing on the move, jumped up in fifth, followed by Fairlock, who's just encouraged along for a stride or two. Cervelo is next towards the rear of the field as they